Hey guys, yeah, it's me, Robert. Excuse me. Sorry, I got a little bit of a cold here. But anyway, I've noticed that some people have been wondering how these magnetosphere computer generated representations are looking lately. And so I thought I'd make a short vid here to show what's been going on. This will be the last day or so anyway. Now you see I pulled up the Batras Z cut, which these arrows basically show you which way the solar wind's coming. This is our planet here. This is the part facing the sun. This blue stuff, that's all plasma that's getting built up and then released. Here's the magnetosphere position cut, which is basically it shows you the shield around the planet. There's a name for it. Not coming up with it right now. But anyway, and this here shows the satellites at the altitude the satellites orbit above the Earth, and here's the magnetosphere shield, which shields us from the solar radiation coming from the sun this way. And then this one's really interesting to me. Here's the Y cut. It shows all the magnetic field lines. If you notice the IMF, the blue lines are interplanetary magnetic field lines. These are the field lines that just get strewn away from the polar caps. And these are the ones that become closed, the red ones. That's when you'll see a buildup of the plasma and it's going to get released. So you can see here the Earth's got quite a bit of energy collecting around it. And we could show you that on some of the Folk radiation graphs, but I don't think I'm going to get to that today. Anyway, the point I wanted to make is, okay, our solar system has 9 planets, right? Interplanetary magnetic field lines, therefore, should only be around 9, right? Well, look at all these interplanetary magnetic field lines. That's crazy. So that in and of itself indicates another presence of another huge body with a big magnetosphere that's generating field lines. Now to illustrate that for you, that's not it. Pulled up this one here. This is the current graph from Solar Ham. This is a good site to go to. This is the CME tracker. I believe it's the ISWA model. So here we go. Here's the sun. Here's the Earth. There's Osiris-Rex. Imagine that, an occultic name for a satellite. There's the Spitzer satellite. I guess there's stereo A, stereo B. So apparently they all have magnetic field lines generated towards them as well, since they attract the magnetic field from the sun. But you see the sun puts out this magnetic field in a spiral motion, and it connects to each one of the planets or other bodies in the solar system, apparently. I wasn't aware it was connecting with satellites. But anyway, let's continue. So here's my point. I'm gonna run these movies. They're all pretty much set up around the same time frame. 128, that's 1339. 128, 1443. These two are synced. This one's a little bit behind. But we'll play them just so you can see what's been going on solar weather-wise anyway. Alrighty then. Guess I gotta move it over. Maybe not. Let me get this thing to play. There we go. That should play it. No? Crap. Why isn't this thing playing? Guess I gotta reload it. So while that goes through, you can see here we're getting some solar wind pressure from the sun. There's the magnetosphere shield reacting to it. And you can see the energy building up in the form of the red and yellows. Now I've seen it before where it's gotten depressed all the way even below the satellite orbit. But right now it's looking pretty strong. But as you can see, it's getting all these little dips and crimps in it, which indicates to me that it's got some pressure also coming from the back here. Backside pressure. And as you can see, that indicated with these arrows pointing this way. Now that's not supposed to be happening, because all the solar wind pressure is coming from this direction. Get something coming from this direction, that indicates there's another solar body present fairly close to the Earth, which is moving the solar wind backwards. Why isn't this thing loading? There we go. You'll be able to see it here too. But look at all these field lines. That's what's got me thrown off. So you see the plasma building up here, and it's going to discharge, I believe. Yeah, there it went. You'll see it better on this one. And I guess plasma is basically it's all the energy coming from the sun and I believe the Nemesis binary twin sun. But look at all these field lines and look how they're getting broken up. I mean, that's crazy. Look how they're getting pushed this way and that way. And look at that, how angular that is. That to me indicates positively that there's definitely another solar body present in our inner solar system, fairly close to the Earth. And of course, if you've been following Planet X researchers like WSO or Planet X, they've been putting up some good pics. Nigel's view of things, he's been doing a great job. See how the arrows go every which way? And how that energy is like stayed around the planet. There goes a discharge from the closed magnetic field lines. The energy builds up and thankfully it gets released. Doesn't make it to the Earth. So anyway, here's another thought I had. Check this out. I don't know if you've noticed, but if you look at the KP index and a lot of the other space weather satellite graphs, you always see these big holes and dips in the KP index. Of course, this is measured from the Earth. It's like magnetometer reporting stations. You've got Boulder, Fredericksburg, Maryland. I guess this is an overall estimate, and this is college. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but anyway, if you notice all these dips all the time, here's the last 3-hour one. Now, why is it dipping like that? Or the last 3-day one, rather. 3-hour data. Look how it dips. All of a sudden it goes away. Here's my hypothesis on that. And it's been happening for quite a while. If you notice, if you look at suspicious observers or whatever, of course he's a Planet X naysayer. He won't even mention it, but he shows space weather graphs from time to time, and they all have these holes in them at different intervals. Here's my thought on that. I think, why does it keep doing that? Why is it doing that? Well, anyway, let me go back here. So there's that. So anyway, my thought on the crazy dips in all the space weather charts, and even on the corona, or even on the magnetometers that are on the planet, that's indicating something blocking what's coming from the sun, which probably some of these other planets we've been observing, excuse me, on webcams and skycams and people's personal photos that they send in to a lot of these websites. So I don't know, what else could it be? Such a drastic dip, and then all of a sudden it goes right back to where it was. There we go. So you see what I'm saying? Even these dips, and then they go right back up. And these are only 3-hour intervals. So that to me indicates something's blocking whatever's coming to these magnetometers. And that would go for the space weather as well. Let's see. There's protons. Look at that big hole there. That's updates every 5 minutes. So this is like hourly down here. So there we got the big hole on the ACE 24-hour EPM proton chart. What's up with that? Something's blocking it. I don't think they're deleting this stuff to hide anything. I think it's just simply being blocked. Let's see if we can see another one. Yeah, this one doesn't really show it as much. But anyway, those are my thoughts on that. I'm not a scientist for sure on that, but I have been observing this Planet X phenomena for the last 7 years now. So let's see what this one looks like. Solar wind chart. I don't know, it's just got a lot of fluctuations. There's some holes there, there's a hole there, hole there. Why are these having holes? I think these are from satellite readings. But anyway, it looks like I'm running out of time, so we'll close with the look at here. So once again, there's the arrows, solar wind coming in. There's our Magnetopause shield. Here's all the IMFs. And there's the crimply Magnetopause. Peace.